Hi my loves, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. And if you're new, I'm so glad you're here. Today I just want to share with you a few thoughts about the Jewish Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur, which will actually start tonight. Of course, when you see this, Yom Kippur will be over, but I just anyway want to share a few thoughts with you. So if you are interested in that, just keep on watching. So here we are, yet another season special. I just feel like I want to sit down before I go into this day and just spend some time with myself, which is weird because I'm actually spending it with you. But right now I'm just here and I'm trying to gather my thoughts, and I just want to share a few things with you. The last year has been amazing. Actually, it started out not so good, but then as time went on, it just started to get better and better. And I'm just reflecting because in Judaism, the time of the new year, which we just celebrated, and also Yom Kippur, it's sort of reflecting about what has been and what will come. And I've been reflecting back to what has been in this last year. And at the end of April, when I published my first video, I had no idea which turn my channel would take. And also, I had not started my makeup studies, and I had no idea where that would take me. And basically, I was in a whole different world back then. And so much has happened in my life since then. And I've been so blessed, and I just want to say thank you because that is such an amazing thing, and I just love what's happening in my life, and it gives me so much hope and so much. It invites life, even like into my body. It invites life into my life into my life, and it invites life into my family and into other people's lives. When I do makeovers, for example, on other people, and I see how they get transformed, and I know I have promised you a video on this, and I will do that. It's just absolutely amazing, and it gives me goosebumps every single time, and makes me so happy that for hours after that, I'm so elated, and nothing can bring me down. And I just feel that I'm in the right place, and I'm finally doing what I was supposed to do. And the additional thing is that I had absolutely no idea what would be happening, is that I would deal with other things besides makeup. My channel was created to be a makeup channel for me because that was supposed to be my playground, and now it is so much more. And the other day, a comment that I got, someone wrote to me and she said, "Thank you for ministering to us." And I was, what? It touched me so much that she would feel like I'm ministering. I'm just sharing my thoughts. I know nothing or next to nothing about faith because I'm myself such a baby. I'm in the sense of that I still have to learn so much. And I'm just at the beginning of growing, and I'm just really sharing my thoughts, and that is even falling on fertile ground somewhere out there in the world is such a blessing. And I just want to invite so much more of that into my life because it makes me a better person. This is what actually has turned my personal life around, because of all the things that I've been sharing besides the makeup and the response I've been getting. It so reflects on my own thinking and on how to improve myself and how to be a better person and how to be closer to God and all of these things that it leads me, you lead me to be closer to God. And I love that, and I have needed that for so long. So I just want to thank you, and I want to really give glory to God for this. And I want this channel to be such a platform for beauty and for yes, for fashion and for everything, for color and for life and for happiness and for all of these things, but also in all of that to realize that this is all what God has created, what God has made already. It's not something that I'm making up or something that I'm inventing or creating. I just really truly, and I pray that every single day, that I am just the tool, a ready tool that God can use to set all of these things free that are already there, you know. So that is really my passion and my need and my wants and my everything that I want to give to this world and to you. So there is actually a thought about Yom Kippur that I want to share with you. And again, it happened at the dishwasher. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, a few weeks ago, or a few videos ago, I was talking about an incident that I had at the dishwasher that made me realize things about my marriage. So now I was again emptying out the dishwasher, and my little son, Tekoa, who just turned 2, he is going through the terrible twos, and he is constantly expanding his borders and pushing his borders and looking like, how will my parents react and what will they do? So he is going through that stage where he constantly comes to the kitchen and opens every drawer. And there are certain drawers where I could not put safety latches on because it just doesn't work on those kinds of drawers. Anyway, so these drawers are his target. He always goes there and opens them. And I was right there. He did it right in front of me. He knows that he's not supposed to do it. He knows. He is, you know, he's a smart little guy. And he knows from our reaction, we only need to look. We don't even need to say anything. And he knows. And he looks back at us and he goes like, huh, you know, I do it anyway. So anyway, I was standing there. He was opening the drawer. I said to Koa, don't do that. You will get your hands stuck, you know, because when he pushes them back, they sort of have like this rolling mechanism that sort of pulls them close a little bit. So he looked at me and he smirked, and he knew exactly what I wanted, but he also knew exactly what he wanted. And yes, he pushed it close, but yes, he got his little fingers stuck in the drawer. And of course, he started bawling his eyes out, you know? And I got offended. And I know as a mom, I should not, because I know he didn't really do it to offend me. He tried to stand up for himself and make his own decisions. And then he started crying and he came to me for comfort. And I was angry because I have told him a million times, don't open these drawers because your fingers get hurt. And he made the choice not to listen and to do it anyways. And on top of that, he then comes to me and wants to be comforted. And I was so like, I was, you know what, Takua? It's good that you got hurt, so maybe you will learn a lesson now. Maybe you'll remember for the next time that, you know, you shouldn't do that and you should listen to your mommy. Did I feel better saying that? No. But it sort of immediately showed me, wow, what is God going through with us? Like, what does he have to constantly sort of tell us, don't do that, don't do that. I'm just trying to protect you from the evil things that are out there. And we still, like, we smirk and we know, right? That most of the times we know that we are not supposed to do that. It will not serve us. It will not be good for us. And still we do it. And then when we get our hands stuck, we come to God crying for help and saying, why didn't you help me? Why didn't you? Why didn't you? Or even not even blaming, just saying, help me, comfort me. Now I'm sad. And then I thought, wow, really, I'm not godly at all, because I know that God will say, yes, my child, come, I have open arms for you. And well, getting a bit emotional about this because it hits so close to home, you know. It's hard for me as a human to not be offended, or as a mom, to not be offended. And I know there will be, down the road, there will be way, way bigger things. You know, as you always say, small kids, small problems, bigger kids, bigger problems. I know I'm dealing with like tiny little things, opening a drawer and getting your hand stuck. It's not like having a child in jail, God forbid, or something like that. I realize that, but it's sort of a picture for all of that on a smaller scale. Anyway, so I'm trying, I'm really trying to put that into my heart and to seal it in my heart, that when my kids come and want to be comforted, no matter what has happened before, no matter if they hurt me or they defied me or they didn't listen to me, they chose not to listen to me, that I will in that moment just be their mom. And yes, I have to raise them, and yes, I also have to sometimes, you know, cut them back a little bit. But in that moment, what they need is me to be there with open arms. And that is very hard for me. It is a process of learning for me. But now that I've realized that, I really want to try to go for that, because that's what God would do. And bringing that vibe, that godly vibe, into my family and into me raising my children, I think that we need that so much. I need that so much because I'm a person who is very strict, and not only with my kids, first and foremost with myself. And as a result of that, I expect that from my children too. And sometimes there is just not enough warmth in that. And that is something I want to start giving more, and I want to learn that more, and I want to embrace that more. And that is sort of my message for Yom Kippur. The message that to realize that where you were wrong, or where you have maybe been wrong for a long time, because not even because you were evil or you wanted something bad to happen to someone, but just because you didn't know better, or you were just not in that place yet, and you just grew into that place so you can go there to that place where you need to be right now. And that we just forgive ourselves and let go of the guilt of all the things that we have done wrong, and ask God for forgiveness. And yeah, ask our children for forgiveness, ask our husband for forgiveness, and ask whoever is there in your life that needs to hear this. And I'm not for these random, in case I hurt anyone, please forgive me. You know, I really don't like that. It's like in all these WhatsApp groups you get before Yom Kippur, you get those, you know, these random general posts, and I don't like that. If there is something that God made clear to me that I have to clean up, then I will do that with that person and with God. And I think that's the way to go. So on Yom Kippur, it is all about the atonement and starting into this new year with a clean white sheet of paper, basically. So I want to just bless us all that we will be written and sealed in the book of life for another year, for all the years to come. But let's just focus on the next year, and let's just make a deal with God and with ourselves, what we want to achieve in this year, where we want to go with our goals, with ourselves, with how we can improve our families, because our families are our small little kingdom. And if we don't rule our small little tiny kingdom in righteousness and in love and with God's grace, we cannot possibly make any change outside of that. It has to start within us and then spill out into our families and then spill out into the outside world. So that's my tiny 5 cents of wisdom, and it's again just a story from my life and my thoughts. And I've not studied theology, and I've not, you know, I'm just me, and I hope that helps anyone. So just one more word to my outfit. This is, of course, all in the whole vibe of Yom Kippur already, because whoever doesn't know that, it is a tradition. Not everybody does it, but it is a tradition to wear light colors or white on Yom Kippur. So because tonight Yom Kippur starts, I'm already getting into the whole mindset of it, and I'm wearing all nude colors and like a very light pastel pink and like very light colors, very unusual for me. So yeah, that's my look. I'm not wearing jewelry on that day because it's not about all of these things. Tomorrow on Yom Kippur itself, I will go completely in white, and I will probably recreate that look and take a few pictures. It will at some point come up then in Leorah's latest looks if you are interested. And just so you know that when you see a very white look or this look, then you know that was related to Yom Kippur. So for all of those who are celebrating Yom Kippur with me, or when you see this who have celebrated Yom Kippur, I wish you Gmar Chatima Tova. I wish you that you will be, as I said, sealed in the book of life. And for all of us, I wish that we will all grow together, because we all have a lot of growing to do. And I know that God is waiting on the other side of the spectrum with open arms to embrace us, to welcome us, and to give us life, because He has made us to live, and He is the source of everything good and life and everything we need. So let's just turn to Him for forgiveness, for a new start, for everything we need in our lives, and we will indeed have a good year. There will be challenges. We are not set free from everything that is in this world, because we have to live in this world, but we can make a change in this world, and we can start right now. So let's do that, okay? So when you see this, this is the day when my mom has arrived in Israel. So I'm very excited that next week at some point there will be a release of the first video that I'm going to do with my mom. And there will also be probably some kind of wrapping tutorial. Again, next week we have the Festival of Sukkot. We're just going from one thing to the next, celebrating away. So yay. Anyway, stay tuned for my uploads. Please make sure, if you're not subscribed yet, to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be informed when I upload my videos, because it is a little bit off schedule, everything. I just have to squeeze it in between the holidays during the month of September. Anyway, share my videos, comment away if you want to. If you want to see more of me, then please feel free to follow me on my other social media platforms. You find all the information about that in the description box down below. And you also find all the information about the very gentle and natural makeup that I used for today's video in the whole Yom Kippur vibe. I'm just, quite frankly, I'm just glad to be here. I'm just glad to share with you. And I just want to invite you to come back next time. And up until then, I love you so much. Hugs and kisses. Bye.